All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Grand Blue, Season 1, Episode 8.
We're going to Okinawa.
We got an island trip prepared. The boys are going to have a blast, but the Joe Bro boys have
Other things
ulterior
in mind.
motives. Indeed.
They will have only the finest of entertainment.
Yes, indeed. What are we drinking?
This is a wonderful Macallan 15.
Ooh,
yes.
fantastic. Smells wonderful.
That's good.
Oh,
Isn't that good?
that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
now,
So now we get to watch, these
Our
wonderful
bumbling-
characters, these bumbling idiots. Well, most of them idiots.
most of them, yeah.
Go on
that's
this
true.
trip to dive, but let's face it.
I feel like that's the show. They're going to go dive, and then
yeah. Exactly. Now, how long will the pretense of diving last? I don't know, but I'm
About as,
very excited to find out.
About as long as Iori and our boy Kohei are able to maintain consciousness.
Yep.
When they go into the ocean to
But will
dive.
anything especially spicy happen on this trip? Because,
It is a very real possibility.
yeah.
I see potential, especially if they take it more than one episode.
Oh,
The
definitely.
more time
Yeah.
they spend in Okinawa, the better.
Right.
In that regard.
But I believe it is going to be a short trip. So,
That is true.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, one night. Yeah.
yeah.
But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into it.
All right. When do we get the swimsuit shots?
Yes.
How does he have so many things with that anime?
Oh my
character? Oh, of course.
Imagination.
Yep.
テニスの賞金で
旅費だけはな。あとはみんな個人持ちだから。
Good point.
そうなんですか。
で、バイトやるのかやらないのか
Well, they haven't heard what it is yet.
Yeah, I'm sus. Toki-chan,
My friends.
he just showed up at
Hey, let's go
at
over to the
admin.
actor. Yeah.
And he's asking them to go. He's like, hey guys, he does a little side double dash, and he's just like, hey, come with me to
Yeah.
to
Why? No reason.
No reason. There's a part-time job there, a part-time task. Just a really interesting
Yep.
one. Requires multiple people. Sure. My friends, Ohiro nada neri. This is totally the type of story where the
Yeah.
mangaka probably has a half chapter. And he just went to town with all the characters, just going to town on each other.
I mean, see, that's why you need to read the Domekano manga. Half chapters.
yeah.
Wonderful.
二人ともトッキー
Yeah, yeah.
してもらってなかった？
私のバイトです
Oh.
Lifting.
And now they're
So
just
they're just
dead.
dead tired. Yep. That'll get you decent money. It's such a simple joke, but it works so well.
行動の態度
じゃあまた頼むよ
Wow.
Oh, and then they drank and lost all their money.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
昨日使った分をまた稼いでくるそうです
By
So
doing
he
it
just does it
again.
again.
どうしたら？
No. Yeah.
連続は無理だ
Yeah, that's tough, man.
今日は寿先輩もいませんね。行ってみる？
Oh,
Watch, he's gonna be in a
yes.
suit. Oh.
Is he like the bouncer? Oh,
Oh my god.
he cleans up good.
Yeah, he looks great. Look at this boy. Look at this man. He's a bartender.
See, critical thinking. He's like, okay, people spend a lot when they're drunk. I'll be on the other side.
になります
Yeah. Right.
風邪でした
どんな店想像してんの？お店なんだけどね。
Yeah.
いらっしゃい
Almost unreal.
Yeah, it is almost unreal.
多いですね
Wait, young women constantly coming here. Wait, is that Dio?
ウッキーのバイト
I think it might be.
No. No way.
No.
好きな人がいるんだけど。 うまくいきそうもなくて
Oh.
いらっしゃいません、お客様。
勇気出して頑張れ。俺が朝まで愚痴に付き合うからさ。
私彼よりリュウ君の方が
Wow.
マスター、彼の頭にない。
Put a knife in his head. I love the like, like.
ブッキーは天然でいいこと言うからだと思う
Yeah,
ね
actually true.
Work here. Oh God, you don't want them here. You really don't.
Oh, this track.
二人とも
酒の席で服を着てるってすごい違和感
Yeah, I was waiting for something like that. I was just like, I feel yeah.
Jesus just like yada yada.
あずさちゃんたちの接客を頼むよ
I love how there's no process at all. Just put on, get to work. Yep.
Yep.
名前の通りだなんとライムでジンライム
よし私はスクリュードライバーで
スクリュードライバーかスクリュードライバ
Oh
ー
my God.
ちょっと待て私だからって遊んでない
いやそんなことはない失礼しました先ほどのは
Yes, yes. We totally
Of course.
know what's in a screwdriver. Yep. The color's still wrong. What?
They were like, oh, of course we put it.
違ったポイズンだから精密ドライバーにしろとあれほど
やっぱり注文変えるこのモスコミュールってや
Okay, another
Alright.
another basic drink. There you go. Oh my God.
オミュ
知らないならこれで調べるといい
Ah, the sacred text.
Yeah.
怖いものなしだな
Like I've got something like that on my phone, basically.
しかし
Sex on the beach.
Of course, it opens up to that
Yep.
drink.
Yep.
ああ例えばこれは
Yep. Yep.
That
ロッサン
Oh my God.
giggle. Oh man.
童貞してるぜ
Oh!
おごりだ
Ah.
君の瞳に乾杯
Come by. Come by. Come by.
なるほど行くぞおう
Yep. Yep. I saw that immediately. I saw
Oh
it
my
coming so
God.
quickly.
Oh my God.
俺のおごりだ
No.
Yep.
No. No. Oh God.
目が君の瞳で乾杯
A toast with you.
どんな関係なんだい
あの二人の関係
Oh, Azus is gonna answer. They get naked.
A naked one.
Yeah.
障害が多いとか
まさにその通りです
Exactly.
愛の形は人それぞれだからねいや
Yeah.
喉が渇いちゃ
Hey, he said he was thirsty.
僕は酔ってないぞ
I love how it just happened instantly.
このまま寝られたら何があっても知りませんからね
Oh my God.
まさかああなったマスターがいい
I love how the new person in the
He
group
recovers
is
so fast.
totally tipsy.
遅えぞお前ら
What's he doing in a motel?
しまうだろうが
Wait, did they come to Okinawa with them?
No, I think this is just like
Oh.
an apartment,
Oh, okay.
like mass apartment kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So they learned their lesson and they're gonna drink it all away
ふと思うんだ
at with beer they got at a store rather than at a bar.
Right.
なぜ俺には彼女ができない
I feel you, man. Feel you.
生き方が悪い
諦めとけ
ほとんどいねえからさ
Oh.
そうだよな
Oh,
But for
gotcha.
some reason you did.
Yeah, yeah.
一本触れてませんお前らが羨むことは何もしてないいけばな気絶してる北の口に雑草突っ込んで
そういや見たらといえばさ
Yeah, they're a hive mind of.
あいつ急に付き合い悪くなるな
確かにもし万が一彼女がいたらどうするありえねえよ俺はあいつを信じ
I believe in him.
まだ俺が今のクラスに馴染めていない時こうしてみんなと飲み会ができるようになった
Oh my God.
Oh, so wholesome.
Yes, indeed.
やっぱり見たらいも呼ぼうぜ。
もしもし
お
Oh, oh. You hear that voice?
飲んでるんだが。
どうしたのなんでもないから
Naruto.
And the bed creaking.
貴様、女とやってるな。だとさ。
Iori's like, crisis averted. I've drawn their fire onto someone else.
焼き討ちに。
Yep.
家を知る者は。
お任せください。
貴様には褒美を取らせよう。
なんでもないよ
Just gotta chill up my spine earlier.
They got there that
They're that
fast?
fast?
No way.
He's like, that I do.
Oh my god.
ご注文の AV200 本
Ah!
お持ちしましたよ。最近動物
Wait. That makes it even worse.
すいません。ここからだと全部入らないので開けてください。
Wow.
間違いなく
Yeah.
But how could they have done this so
course.
quickly?
山本
Dude.
Oh, they were on the shelf. Yeah.
思わないな。俺の不幸で奴の幸福を潰せるのなら
What a bro.
すがすがしいな。
Yeah, it's the best feeling.
これは何でしょう。意図はわからんが LINE の表示名をアミに変更している。
Oh, that's dirty.
You
That's
bastard.
dirty.
You bastard.
スパムメッセージだ。貸せ。
何これ本当に
The earnest look in her eyes.
こっちに女がいないのをいいこと
Yeah.
どうにかならない
He's too smart.
そういうの音声をつなぎ合わせるとか。所詮は30
Oh no! Come
What are you gonna do?
to my holy land? No! Oh no! What's Kohei gonna do?
ユーお兄ちゃん
いい加減そのやり方やめてくれよ。
Oh! She just triggered his.
すげえ可愛くなった。
Childhood friends and
Right.
everything.
Yeah. She called him Oni-chan. It's like. Yes!
I love it.
Yes!
I love it.
This is perfect. Kohei's gonna be like, no! We must leave.
I have the raunchiest things. Oh,
ミックスボイスという発声法を見せて。
they're gonna act out a porno?
てるんだ。
ユウくん来ちゃった
Oh my god!
自然の
How did you do that? Did he like
高音域を
do the thing with his
Yeah, like grab his vocal cords or
Yeah.
something.
たまによくわからん特技を隠し持ってるよな。
この子たち誰なのいるんでしょどうして出てきてくれないのあの夜私に
And now his character model's changing.
Yeah.
これでいいな。
Oh my god.
Wow!
They are
お
awful.
友達の仕業なんだ。もうあいつらとは縁を切るから。
あいつはもう俺たちとは決別したんだぞ
Yeah, I wonder
確
why.
かにあいつは俺たちと縁を切っていた。けどな、
But
まだ俺はあいつを信じたい。
Oh my god.
何クズの気配ってやつが。これでもう俺たち恋人じゃなくなるならさ。今度は友達紹介してくれないかな。
oh! Destroyed!
Oh my
Destroyed!
god.
And we shall now catch,
Catch him. Yeah.
やっぱり親友だ。
Oh my god.
This is beautiful.
That was hilarious, but
Yeah.
also they are such assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
But
my
they
god.
reclaimed their loser friend.
Dude.
You know what I think is great about this ED?
Yeah.
Is Kohei probably convinced, Iori to, like, do this with him? And he's like, hell no! And he's like, it's my favorite show, and I've done so much for you! He's like, well, you better put a lot of alcohol in me. And he's like, fine. Let's get drunk and then we'll do it. And now these guys are like, this is the best show ever!
Well, one of the things that's tough is that in anime.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Our boys are all losers through and through. No doubt about it.
I gotta
Even the one
say-
that gets to be able to have a, potential.
They are
sex and stuff.
assholes.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah,
that's part of the
totally.
comedy and everything, right?
Right.
You know, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. But I
Yeah.
was rooting for him. I was like,
yeah.
you know, that's great, dude. You know, it's probably a good thing that you maybe cut them out a little bit anyways, because they're a bad influence on you. If you actually got a girlfriend, childhood friend, and all that stuff,
Right.
go
but
for it.
Remember, he's a loser too.
But he could have taken the other path.
Just because he was having he was about to have sex with a girl doesn't make him not a loser.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But it seemed like, because they were saying, like, we're dating, so it wasn't just like a random fling, right? It seemed like this had been going on for some time, you know? That's why they noticed, like, hey, he's not really hanging out with us anymore. Where has he been, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. But yeah, it doesn't excuse their behavior. Of course not. I'm just saying that. And then he was like, "Oh, so if we're not dating, so you mind
Introduce me to
your friends?" And then we're like, "There it is. There he is." Because I think there were a couple outs for him that he could have taken that were a little bit simpler, but for the sake of comedy in the show, it didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But
Opening the door and being like, get the out of here. Yeah. Right.
oh man.
Right. But in the first half of the
Okay.
episode,
Yep.
it was wonderful.
Yep.
Because, Okinawa, part-time job. Yes, definitely. Earn some money. Great point to bring up. And, of course, yes, bringing up that other all-important fact that drinking is expensive, especially when it's at a bar.
Especially at a bar, even if you're just drinking beer, because in some ways you're drinking beer, you could actually drink more expensively in some ways because there's less alcohol, so you'll end up just drinking so many.
Yeah, and if you're really wanting to get sloshed like these guys in a bar, it's like, good God.
That's the worst.
Like, I understand girls at bars because, you know, generally less body mass, so generally, you know, they don't need as many drinks, right?
Right.
Whereas, you know, these guys, especially for the Joe Bros,
Especially.
it's like the amount of alcohol they must need to consume, especially given how much alcohol they regularly consume, there is no way. Like,
You have to drink so many beers to get
oh
drunk.
my God.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
And also, especially Iori and Kohei, them starting to now build up their tolerance by drinking all this strong alcohol. Yeah, beer, that's a mistake, dude. Because, like, I'm sure they made decent money doing the moving job, even though it was only part-time. The fact that they still had, you know, like $6 basically, like 600 or 700 yen at the end of it, it's like, dang, okay. Well,
and for Tokita, it's fine because he's like, sure, why not? Because I'll do it again tomorrow. It's
I'll do
no
it again
problem.
tomorrow, exactly.
Right, yeah, exactly. You know, hey, there you go. More power to you.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
wow.
It kind of reminds me of a lot of those times when I would do part-time jobs and stuff in summer just to get some spending money and stuff. But the funny thing is that I was younger at the time doing this. So, like, what I would use as spending money was, like, I wouldn't really spend it.
Right.
Like, I mean, I didn't really. It was
Yeah.
like, oh.
Maybe you go out to eat or something, you know, but
Yeah.
like,
If anything,
because
the
the
most-
drinks are where, you know, those places really get you. And if
Right,
you're really young.
right.
then-
At like 16 or what have you, the most like expensive thing that I was spending money on frivolously was probably movie theater tickets.
Sure. Yeah.
That was my loser side, if anything. But oh my God. So we get now a little bit of stuff with our Joe Bros getting to see where they have their part-time jobs at.
Yep.
And I love that Kotobuki, we get to see that he not only is a bartender, but he's a really good bartender.
He's a classy bartender.
He's a classy bartender who knows how to maintain long-standing customers, if you will.
And this is one of the things that I think is a great way to display that, yes, while, you know, him and Tokita, they do get drunk and take the clothes off and all that stuff with Kohei and Iori, they understand balance, right? And sometimes, in some cases, right? And because of that, he's able to, you know, hang out with them and party like it's, you know, the last day on Earth.
Right.
But then at the same time, go into his job and be like, okay, yeah, I'm classy now. Yes, like, you know, I'll listen to you all night, you know.
Yep.
And then, of course, he probably gets really good tips, you know. But, you know, there you go, right?
That's the game you got to play as a bartender.
By the way, bartenders make bank. Well, okay.
Bank.
I don't necessarily know what it's like in Japan because I know that tipping isn't a thing.
Tipping is an American thing.
Is an American thing, right?
Yeah.
But in America, if you're working as a bartender
And you're a good bartender.
like the amount of tips you can make is insane.
And it does depend on where you're located and what
Yes.
kind of bar you're in. But while the variance is insane, that top end.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I have friends who are bartenders, and even the ones that basically have their own, like I kid you not, their own bartending like business and stuff like that, where they go to parties specifically to be a bartender on demand.
Sure.
And that's what they do. They make stupid money selling really cheap drinks because people tip.
I talked to
Even
a guy.
at like just a social event.
Oh yeah,
you know?
and if they're getting like even if it's during happy hours, right? And they get like a $5 shots or something like that, right? Which still it's like, oh man, those can add up.
Oh,
but
yeah.
okay,
Drinking at a bar in general is just
right.
expensive.
And if they tip on each shot, right? You don't tip less than $1 really, because $1 is that smallest amount or whatever. So it's like, oh, throw $1 on there. That's a 20% tip right there. Like there was a guy that I talked to, and when he was in university,
It's crazy.
and because university in America is stupid expensive, he ended up working nights as a bartender, and he didn't just work nights as a bartender. He figured out a bar that was nearby that was like really popular, right?
Right.
He managed
Lots
to get
of students and stuff coming
right,
in.
exactly. He managed to, I think he started as like a busser or something there, so that then he could work up to bartender, right?
Gotcha.
And he just did everything they needed him to do. And he said that he was pulling like, low six figures while working in university to basically
yearly.
yearly to basically just pay his way through, which paying your way
ridiculous.
through university like is
It's
that doesn't
nonsensical
happen. It's
already
nonsensical in America,
the US,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially if you're going to a non-public,
right, if you're going to some
affordable
private university or something, yeah. So basically just bartenders make a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah, I really liked, though, the jokes this episode. I feel like they were a cut above the rest.
They
in
really
general.
were.
There was a lot of ones that fell into some kind of simple kind of mechanics and stuff. But the drink one, I thought was really good. The
Yep.
imagination. I loved the setup with regards to just figuring out, like, wait, Iori and Kohei are in a relationship, really?
Oh, yeah.
Although I was a little bit unsure as to what the punchline with regards to the drink master,
Indeed, right.
was.
Yeah, he did seem to be a bit overreacting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, all right, sure. But then just Azusa and Kotobuki's responses throughout it all, it's like, what described their relationship?
Naked.
The naked kind.
Yeah. Right.
It's just like in sync. I want Azusa to have basically more screen time in general.
Azusa
she's best girl for
is
sure.
absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
And one of the things that I really appreciate that they did this episode, because, okay, Grand Blue, right? As a show.
Yeah.
We've seen 8 episodes of it now, and we still have more to go, but the comedic pattern is rather simple, right?
Rather simple.
Drinking, trying to get laid.
And nakedness in general.
Right, exactly. And those two pretty much sum it up. And then sometimes we throw diving in there, right? Just to sort of, keep you on your toes.
Indeed.
In this situation, we had both of those, right? But they were done in different ways. Drinking, okay. The problems of drinking, and then at a bar. Okay, cool. So they're trying to serve the drinks. They're understanding what drinks even exist beyond just straight hard alcohol, right? And the comedy that comes from that. And it's wonderful. I love it, right? Then in the other half of the episode, we have, oh, no, somebody actually is getting laid. All right, what are we going to do about that, boys? Like, and because we've seen the
We'll set him on fire, right?
Right. And we've seen the comedic side of jealousy before in this show, but it was always on something that was unfounded. Whereas this time we get to see it actually in action to stop these two kids from their action. And oh boy.
Yeah. All the stuff they'd set up was just fantastic. The silhouette quiz was hilarious. I loved so much Kohei hearing the
Oni-chan.
Oni-chan,
Yes.
and it gives him like an existential crisis, because on some level, I think what's wonderful about this is that Kohei ultimately does try to sabotage, but in the
very
brief
effectively.
immediate bit.
Like, probably the most effectively out of
I
any
think
of them.
that's why we'll get into this bit here. But when he heard this, I didn't know initially whether or not he was going to go into the jealousy angle or he was going to go into the this is sacred. like I cannot
tarnish this
I cannot
beautiful
tarnish.
thing he has. And see, there's me, the innocent person that really hasn't clued into just how degenerate these boys are.
I was thinking talking about.
I was thinking
sure.
that maybe they would actually end up congratulating him and being like, good for him, right? He seems to have a good thing going here. We don't want to get in his way, But no, definitely not.
No, definitely not.
And
what we heard here, what we got here from Kohei with the lines in his eyeballs as he's like, it's not that he had this sense of like, oh, he's having the most beautiful thing that I've always dreamed of.
He's having
this. No, me. No, this was my dream.
Brother.
This was my dream.
Childhood friend.
Like the fury that brings him to it's like it's time to go with the voice mix-up technique.
Right.
And oh my god.
I gotta say, Kohei, you're talented.
You are very talented. And just him having like the stumbling moments, he's like, it's my time, the mixed voice technique. And they're like, why are you crying? And it's just like,
oh my god.
Like the fact that it trips him up so much.
And I am glad.
It's so good.
I am really glad that they brought up at the very beginning the ridiculousness of they shouldn't have been able to get there that fast. Right. There is no way. He literally hangs up with them and then he's like, all right, let's continue. And they're already there. But you know what? Horny guys will find a way to ruin the happiness of someone else, it seems. So, there you
Sorry,
go.
guys, I'm having sex. Teleports outside your room. Nothing personal, kid.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, but
or like everything personal, kid.
My god!
What I also love is that they hard addressed also the reason why these guys are a little bit crazy when it comes to their their sexuality as well. Is that there are only 3 women in their year.
Yeah, that does kind of,
and that feels really strange.
It does not excuse, but it certainly does explain or help explain.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've seen like all boys and all girls schools in general, even at that, education level. That is very rare, I would say, nowadays, or it's getting more and more rare. But the idea of like, oh no, it's 180 guys to 3 girls.
Right. What I would expect it to be is, and I know that this isn't what it was, but I would expect it to be more of something where in our degree, right, in our program, like not in the base, just like school level, the whole year, but in our program, it's like an engineering degree or something like that. And, not a lot of girls go into something like that or something. And then they're like, there's only 3 girls. Darn. Right. But like, the whole school for that year, only 3 girls. It's like, was this until like just this year an all boys school or something?
It's something like that. If anything, we would have to go back to the first episode and see, because I remember there being some addressing about how they were like, no, there is an all girls school nearby.
Right.
And that is probably why all the girls go there.
Sure. Also, it might be because they've heard the stories of how the guys from that one school are. It's like,
Wait, hold on.
What?
Where does Azusa go to school?
I believe she goes to school at a different one. I think she's at the all-girls school.
So does that mean...
Or maybe that's just...
Does that mean that Aina and Chisa are like literally 66% of the women at the school?
In that year?
That year?
Maybe.
No, that might not be the case. Chisa might be a second year. We have to go back and check the years and stuff.
That's
like that.
a good point.
We've got that stuff mixed up. Point is, this episode led to some hilarious moments.
Yeah,
but
on a comedy level,
it was
Kohei's
moment. Yeah, it was
Kohei really made it for that second half.
Oh, that was,
and I will.
That was fantastic.
I hope that he doesn't forgive them. Not Kohei, but the other guy. I forget his name. because
these guys are not like big characters in general. So
yes, that's true.
Okay.
That's
it's
true.
Okay to
well,
forget their
and
names.
let's face it, it has been shown that he is fairly shallow when it comes down to it.
I mean, they're all pretty shallow when it comes down to
I
it.
mean,
Let's be
I was
real.
being generous
Let's
by
not
saying
try and
fairly
tier
shallow.
list these guys in any way.
But I get the feeling that if they get him drunk enough, it'll probably be mostly forgiven.
Right.
Right. But who knows? Maybe this is sort of what propagates this behavior, where it's like, oh no, it's a feud now. I can't just, if any of you have, start to get in a relationship, nope, I have to ruin it, because not only is it the principle of myself as a jealous, horny single guy,
karma at that point.
but it's karma.
Know your
You're getting
place.
your just
Trash.
desserts. Yeah. Right. Like, so, all right. Yeah.
All right.
Just like apes. Yeah.
Exactly.
The girls were right. It's like a zoo.
Yep. And now they've probably got a little bit of spending money. Maybe not, but it'll be funny to see if the hunt for money for spending on the trip kind of gets to become a thing, or if it becomes a thing of where it's actually a conflict, whereas the Joe Bros, they basically have spending money. Everyone else does not. So maybe they go off to drink and stuff like that, and then that ends up causing a reason as to why the party splits.
They're going to try and bum off Chica. Or
You mean
Chisa. Chisa. Yeah. Yeah, Chisa.
The
not
alcohol
Chica.
is quite good, though, guys.
It is.
Just,
It
just
is
saying. We
quite
both slurred
tasty.
our words now at this
Yeah.
point. So.
But I could see something like that happening where it's like, okay, we don't have any money for booze. Will you please buy us drinks? And then it's just, no.
And then Azusa comes by with basically like a couple drinks, and they're just like, Azusa, thank you.
And then she's like, but you're going to have to pay me back big time.
Yeah, if anything, like, I'm going to need you to, kind of flank me in this regard.
Here's the thing, Iori. I'll cover your drinks, but you need to tell Kohei how you really feel.
Yes, yeah.
You need to finally confess your feelings. Be honest with
But
yourself.
she's going to
and
say
with
it in a
him.
veiled way so they can keep debating us with this whole dynamic for quite a while.
I think Azusa would be very upfront with it.
Oh, you think she would? I think
yes.
I hope she would. yes. We have some lovely notes for Azusa specifically because of how much we appreciate her best girlness in this show. But
now that we had this prep bit for the trip, I'm guessing the next episode's probably going to be the trip.
Yeah. So y'all, hope to see you in the next episode's reaction discussion. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. Oh, wait, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yes, I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It's quite good. And if you're interested in checking it out, it is on Amazon. The link is in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.